I was trained to vote. I was given a set of issues that were meaningful to me, and then a slate of candidates that were supposedly the proponents of those issues. I dutifully marched into the polling booth and pulled the lever for the candidate most in line with my list of issues that were most dear. Then year after year, I watched as these issues degraded beyond what seemed like repair. The debts got larger, the waters got worse, the kids got more sickly, and the people at the top of the power pyramid were safe in their towers, isolated from the realities of the lives of the people they were supposedly serving. But year after year, I was told that if I just voted harder for the people I wanted, we would be able to fix the problems. But guess what? No matter who I voted for, the government always won. So as the vice presidential pick for Robert Kennedy came around the corner, my instinct towards another government goon ramped up, and I wanted to see a traditional pick to solidify the campaign's seriousness. I had my hopes and my normal run-of-the-mill people who have always satisfied my politicalness. When Nicole Shanahan was picked, I had a moment of reservation, where my lifetime of training, of leaning into checkboxes, was bristled. Was she a leftist? Was she a tech monster? Was she a Democrat? Probably. But I have had to do some serious soul-searching in the last days. I continue to be reminded of a Lysander Spooner quote that just keeps slamming into the front of my mind. He was speaking of the Constitution and its general inadequate abilities to address the issues of government.
But whether the Constitution really be one thing or another, this much is certain, that it has either authorised such a government as we have had, or has been powerless to prevent it. In either case, it is unfit to exist.
So I have had to ask this question in all honesty of the Robert Kennedy movement. Our government, being right or left, has either authorized the government we have or is powerless to stop it. In either case, it is unfit to exist. If that is the result of what we've created in either our abdication of thoughtfulness to the checkbox life, or by our dogmatism to the same checkboxes, do we not have a responsibility towards a peaceful revolution that includes the abandonment of our presuppositions about how politics works? Functionally, our system has ceased working. Our justice system has no justice. Our regulatory agencies have been turned against us, and worse, charged to empower the very world that they are supposed to be watchdogging. Our voice has no power. Our Constitution can be waved in ad nauseum, and the powerful see our waving as a gesture towards palm fanning of their glory instead of our protests. This republic is on its last thread of existence, and we led it there by our participation in voting our teams in. So I've had to reassess most everything I know and understand, not to acquiesce to a mealy-mouthed middle-of-the-road nothingness, but instead towards a movement and a moment that might actually refocus its energy on the governed instead of the glorification of the government. What should it tell me if a mother is disillusioned with their politics enough to risk time, fortune, and any kind of political future to run with a political pariah? Sadly, the Kennedys have all been victims of assassinations, either in the physical or by character. They are to be absconded to the sidelines or buried in the ground by a government that hates accountability. It takes a convicted person to not calculate their political future, like many who were on the shortlist must have inevitably done, to stand beside this demonized hero of so many. If I want a country with decency for my children, I will not arrive there by reliance upon the old system of politics and politicians. They are the ones that created and perpetuate the quagmire we strive to escape from daily. Looking to the politicians who led us into this dastardly wilderness to solve the problems they created is like asking a wolf to guard the henhouse. The pick of Nicole Shanahan is counterintuitive to every American political movement of my lifetime. It's not a stunt like Sarah Palin, or a pandering choice like Kamala or Paul Ryan. This is a pick based upon the real issues on the ground in America. If I can see past the fog of what the pundits have told me I'm supposed to like, I see a candidate convicted of her determination by her own experiences. That is worth more than any plasticine Potomac dweller with kaleidoscope eyes.